Menlo Park, California. Alf Ortelius, head of the US Geological Survey's California office, was poring over reports when his senior seismologist, Leith Williams, rapped on the open door of his office. "What do you make of this?" asked Williams, thrusting a series of files with cover sheets pinned to the front under his chief's nose. Ortelius frowned as he flipped through the files and examined the data, his eyebrows raising as its meaning emerged. He leaned back in his chair, clasped his hands behind his head, and looked at Williams. "Seems like we have some activity ramping up in a few spots of concern." He sat forward again and gathered up the files to double-check. What was going on? He wondered. The fault lines in the ring of fire that stretched around the Pacific were reasonably predictable. This activity was well out of the ordinary. As he read, his fingers traced the areas of the Pacific Ocean the data were pointing to on the accompanying maps. There were anomalies in ocean floor trenches off the coast of Japan, and, equally disturbing, along the San Andreas fault line, which ran the length of the west coast of North America. The USGS and the Japanese authorities had been particularly nervous since the magnitude 9 earthquake that had hit Japan in 2011 and the devastating tsunami it had unleashed, causing catastrophic loss of life and a level 7 meltdown of a nuclear facility, leaving thousands displaced as it wreaked havoc in coastal communities. Debris from that disaster was still washing up on North American shores years later. Ortelius, who had been alerted in the small hours US time, had witnessed that tsunami unfold live on television, watching in horror as the brown wave consumed the countryside, swallowing houses and people and cars that could not outrun the water. Tens of thousands had died, many swept away and never found. That day haunted him, but the quake had been so powerful and so close to land that there was little lead time to issue any warning. "I don't like the look of this," he said to Williams. "Get me some intel on whatever might explain this. Military exercises, fibre optic cables, mining, whatever. I don't care what or who, just that there's an explanation." Williams gave his boss a nod and disappeared from the doorway. Ortelius rummaged through his address book and found the card for his contact in the Japan Meteorological Agency. For all the technology he used in his job, he was old school with his communication. He reached for the phone.